Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Recipe with Dr. Stepheny Finnie. It is my hope that through each segment, you will receive ingredients to live your best life. One seasoning I'm personally passionate about is in the area of health and wellness. In fact, I host an Instagram Live tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time titled, Do You Know What's in Your Feminine Care? But I will speak more about this at the end of the show. As always, I have another special guest. You've seen her on BET, Comedy Central, and 911, to name a few. She's a mother, an entrepreneur, a writer, a comedian, and an actress. Welcome, Coco Brown, to The Recipe. Hello, Miss Brown.
How you doing? Am I muted?
Nope, you're on. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing? I'm amped up. I'm amped up on Cuban coffee right now, so just bear with me.
No problem. No problem. Thank you for taking time to be with us today. Welcome to The Recipe.
Yes,
all right.
Thank you for having me. This seems so awesome. I love the name.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. If you would please take some time and tell everyone more about you, who you are, what you do, and why.
Okay. Hi. I'm a comedian, actress, producer, writer, soon to be author, mom, Coco Brown. You guys may know me from most notably Tyler Perry's Single Moms Club, where I play Lydia, and also Tyler Perry's For Better or Worse, where I play Jennifer. And most recently, you guys probably know me from 911 on Fox with Angela Bassett, where I play Carla Price.
Awesome. Okay. Well, I missed the author. Let's see. I got the author. I didn't get the producer, or there was something else. And did I get the writer? But I got it now. So speaking of that, tell me about what it's like to be a producer. I mean, I didn't even know that was something that you were, involved in. I knew you were a writer, though.
Yeah. I have a production company called One Funny Mama Productions. And we do a lot of behind the scenes things, especially in reference to stand-up comedy, comedy producing, podcasts for comedians, as well as producing podcasts for actors and people that want podcasts. We also provide consulting services under One Funny Mama Productions for people who are looking for investors in their films. So we have a company under the One Funny Mama Productions called Connect You, where we connect people who've written projects or have written books and need to have it transcribed to a screenplay, or they have a screenplay. They're looking to connect to people who are producers, directors, investors, distributors. Maybe they've shot the movie already, looking for a platform to put it on. So with Connect You through One Funny Mama Productions, we connect those people with the right people in the industry, so they're not getting taken, wasting money. They're actually talking to people that can actually make things happen.
Okay, great. Now, what type of writing projects have you been involved in? Is that connected to your One Funny Mama production?
Yeah, it's like one big umbrella over everything. Writing projects, I've written for various shows, and I've written for other comedians as well. So I do a lot of writing myself. I have some shows that I'm pitching right now, some sitcoms and 1 hour dramas that I'm pitching myself, and feature films. So that's where the writer comes in.
Okay. You are a Newport News, Virginia native.
Yes, 757 for life, baby.
757. Yes, I used to live in Newport News. Great area.
And you said it right. Thank you. It's one word, Newport News.
Newport News. Yes, Newport News. That's right.
Yeah.
So, just for the sake of knowing, because I'm curious, how did you get started into comedy? Like, what was the breakthrough for you to get in, or was it acting that came first? I thought it was comedy, but do you mind explaining?
Technically, if we were going to be technical, the acting came first, because I did my first play in the 5th grade. Shout out to Miss Marshall, who made me the lead of the play, and gave me the most lines at 10 years old, and I pulled it off. But I never thought it would be like my career choice. I was going to school to be a broadcast journalist. I wanted to be the person giving you the news at 6 o'clock. And then during my course of my college studies, I decided that, wow, I had done theater and drama through high school and middle school. Why not minor in theater? Because it'll give me an outlet, because I've always been a creative person. I've always been that person. I used to put plays on, when I was a kid with my friends, and I used to write plays and pass it around the classroom and everybody read it and let me know what they thought. So I've always been this creative person, but coming from such a traditional Southern household, it was like Hollywood. No, ma'am, what you're going to do is be in this cotillion and you're going to learn how to curtsy and you're going to meet you a nice boy in college and get married and have some babies and come see me after church every Sunday. So that was supposed to be my life, And then I went completely left because a good friend of mine, I always give him his props, my friend Onyx Lithicum, he opened this door for me. He saw something in me in college. We were really good friends in college. And when he knew a guy that owned a comedy club in DC. I had just moved to DC with my first job, fresh out of college, and took me to a barbecue. And I had no idea that I was auditioning. I was just there being me, meeting new people. I just moved to the area, was trying to make friends. And by the end of the night, the guy was like, look, I own this comedy club called The Comedy Spot. You should come to open mic because you're just naturally funny. And I'm like, for real? And he was like, yeah. So, of course, for me, I've never been scared of the stage because I've been doing theater since I was 10. And I'll try anything once, which has been a curse and a blessing. But I ended up going, and the rest has been history.
Okay. Wow. Oh, that is amazing. I know that you are also a mom to a beautiful son.
Yes, my angel.
Yes. And I saw a video on Instagram where he was sleeping in your bed and you commented about him and you was like, I don't know if he's been working a night job or something, but he was.
The boy snores like he works a night shift. Like I literally the other night got in the bed and was like, are you kidding me? First of all, I can't get him out of my bed. I don't know what it is. I redid his bedroom because he said he had a baby room. So we redid his room and made a big boy room and all that. Still cannot get him out my bed. And I come in my room to go to bed and I'm like, what is that noise? And then I realized it's my 8-year-old child in the bed. So, I don't know. It's like it's crazy. The boy snores like a grown man.
Well, with my son, it's not the snoring. I can't be in the bed with him because of the bed kung fu. It's bad.
Oh,
it's bad.
I finally calmed him down from that because he kicked me in my jaw, my head, my breast assist. I was like, bruh. So I calmed him down from that because I learned how to give him a little bit of melatonin before he went to bed. So it kind of makes him like chill. But the snoring. Yeah, seriously, I'm thinking about taking my child in for a sleep study because I think he has sleep apnea or something. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's not funny.
I taped it. I don't know if you saw the post.
I did.
It sounded like a grown 48-year-old man laying next to me.
Yes, I did. I did hear it. I did. And another thing about your son, I love the fact that you promote him, and I know that he does some things as well. He's into some. Yeah, I just think that's so awesome to do that.
He's a little mini entrepreneur, but he gets it from, he's a they just recently did this thing in his class. He's in the 3rd grade where they had to create a product and devise a business plan, and then they had to sell the product. And he already makes scrubs part of my Coca Brown collection. He makes the Phoenix edition, which is the kid-friendly body scrubs, sugar scrubs. So he said, well, mommy, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do different flavors, and I'm going to ask them what kind of flavors they want. I'm like, okay, Mr. Marketer, you better have a daggone marketing. What is it called? You know what I'm talking about? Focus group. I have a focus group.
Yeah, he's doing it.
He came back and he said, okay, everybody wants watermelon, fruit punch, and cotton candy. I said, okay. So we got all the ingredients. And this child was coming home every day. Mom, I need 4 more jars of this one. I need 4 more jars of that one. And I'm like, this little boy hustler. But I said he gets it from his mom. He watches his mama. He's going to be a businessman. So I loved it. He's got a YouTube channel,
Okay, nice.
We're going to be getting more into that now that my wonderful new nanny is an IT guru. That's what she does. So she's getting him a green screen, and he's about to have a straight studio. So we're super excited about that too.
Yes, we had someone come across the screen and say he knows the key. Listen to customers. Exactly.
Oh, seriously. And maybe he's overheard mommy saying, okay, this product isn't moving, so let's go to this one, because I've had that conversation, but he literally came home and said, mommy, okay, so I need to ask them what they want. And I'm like, this child know how to put together a focus group already? and came home, and the most popular scents is the ones he did, and those are the ones he sold. It's crazy. And they had like their little fake money with their little fake bank and credit cards. And, you know, he was like, Mommy, I need 4 more. His teacher hit me up and said, okay, his product is a hit. We need about 6 more. I'm like, but she said he's a little salesman. She said he was out there. This is great for your elbows and your back of your neck, and it smells good. It turns the water the same color, and you have to work with your parents get mad because it won't change the tub. She said his pitch was just unreal. She said she was just like, whose kid is this? And I said, mine.
Yes. Already knows about an elevator pitch.
Come on now, okay? So I'm really proud of him for that. I'm really proud.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask a question with your son in mind. What is it like to date with your son? And you know why I'm asking this.
Well, first of all, what's so crazy would ask me that today. Today I'm having a date. I have a date tonight, and it's like one of the first dates I've had in.
Don't tell him.
No, girl, he thinks I'm going to a meeting.
Okay.
No, because I realized, you know, when he was younger, he loved everybody. And I wasn't bringing every Tom, Dick, and Harry around my kid.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same token, it's like, you know, if I did happen to be talking to someone and it got to that point, which was only been 2 people in the 9 years he's been on this earth, you know, he was like, okay, cool. But then it's been a very long stretch that Mommy wasn't dating. I think the last time I had a boyfriend, he was 5,
Okay.
5, 6. So you're talking about he's going to turn 9. So it's been about 3 years that Mommy's had somebody in here that he's like, oh. And I realized during this course, I think he's gotten very territorial and realized she's mine and she's mine only. Don't touch my mama. Don't touch my Xbox. That's his mentality. So, because the last guy that was here, and it wasn't even a romantic thing, it was a business deal.
Mm-hmm.
And he came over, like it was kind of late, but you know, Finnie's been in the bed for hours, but he must have smelled it was a man in the house. Because he woke up, came downstairs, and literally was like, how long you staying, bruh? Like, you got to go. Like, and I just was so blown away that he was like, like, I know you don't get comfortable, homie. Don't get comfortable. So, I mean, this is a child that told me recently, because I can't get him out of my bed. It's terrible. And I said, baby, I said, what if Mommy gets a husband? You know, I mean, you got to go to your room. He said, no, I don't. He can sleep in my room. And look at me being in the face, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, seriously? He's like, you can sleep in my room. It's a brand new room. He'll like it.
Well, you know, that was actually nice, you know, because he could have said no.
And it's funny because, you know, usually like men that would approach me, that would recognize me in public, he usually be like, hi. And now if a man says, hey, aren't you Coco Brown? He's like, no. What you want, bro? What you want? Like,
he knows.
So, and all my friends with boys, especially teenage boys or like college age boys, they're like, girl, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very territorial. I heard about that handshake too.
Oh yeah, when he shook the guy's hand, he shook it so strong and looked him dead in the eye like, I ain't playing with you, homeboy. You know, my homeboys have all taught my son that when you shake a man's hand, it's firm and you look him dead in his eye. Like, you let him know, hey, bro, we equal here, we men.
Yeah.
So when he shook my friend's hand, he was like, whoa, okay, good grip. And he's like, yep. So, and it's funny because I tell people my ex-husband is 6'3.5", almost 6'4", and on a good day about 310.
Okay.
You know, because he, you know, big old linebacker. And my son built just like him, which means that if a man's gonna scoop me up without a fight, he got about 2 years maybe before that child is taller than me. So he better do it. He got about 24 months. Yeah.
Wow. Well, I love seeing all the posts of him and the things that he's doing and, you know, how he's doing in school. I just have to say, keep up. He is. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right. On that note, we're going to take a quick break and then we will be back with Miss Coco Brown.
Hey, it's your girl Lisa Dene, and I want to tell you about a product that has changed my life. Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins. Rain products are infused with a Nobel Prize-winning material called graphene. It's the graphene strip that provides the various health benefits that can improve your quality of life during that time of the month. Listen, I've been very loyal to a certain brand of feminine products, but I've never experienced the results I get with Rain products. The difference is in the graphene strip. Using Rain products has totally eliminated the painful cramps I experience, and it can also help balance your body's pH, eliminate harmful bacteria, and help fight fatigue. Graphene moves heat away from your core to keep you cool and comfortable. Ladies, it's time to upgrade your feminine care with products that not only offer protection, but also improve your health and wellness. Place your order today and receive your premium sanitary napkins delivered directly to your door. Visit www.drfcare.com to make your purchase today. And don't forget to mention that your girl Lisa Dene and Stunner Radio sent you.
Thank you. Hey.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to The Recipe with mom, business owner, author, writer, producer, actress, and comedian, Miss Coco Brown.
Hey, everybody. Sorry, I'm chewing Mentos.
All right. So let's talk about Coco Brown, the entrepreneur. You mentioned the Phoenix edition. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of things under your umbrella of entrepreneurship, one of which is the Phoenix edition. You talked about that's your son's edition of the Scrubs. Mm-hmm. Okay, of the Scrubs. Now, what about Minty Toes?
Minty Toes was what started the whole Coco Brown collection. I had met a young lady who had her own line of beauty products, and she wanted to partner with me and said, I would love a celebrity endorsement. So she said, what kind of product could we come up with that would be like a signature for you? And I said, well, what can you make for me that will help with my feet when I wear these heels? Because I love my heels, but I'm getting to the point now, honey, my arch and my toes ain't having it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So she and I came up with a CBD infused, all organic, shea butter, mango butter based cream called Minty Toes. And not only did it help with the pain of wearing heels, but it moisturized. It also helped with the inflammation, how your feet swell and things like that. And it became such a hit that people started using it on other parts of their bodies. And I've had the Social Butterflies Lupus Foundation endorse it because a lot of their patients use it for fibromyalgia and their pain and inflammation. I've had a podiatrist here, Dr. Green, here in Atlanta, endorse it for her patients, as an alternative to the prescribed medications for pain in the feet. I have a lot of first responders, a lot of teachers and nurses and firemen that use it because it works anywhere you have discomfort, pain, swelling, or inflammation. And it also moisturizes. I have friends who use it on their kids for eczema. And it works on psoriasis. I have people that use it that are going through chemo. So it has just become a big hit. Plus 10% of every sale goes to the National Lupus Foundation. Okay. And different variants. We've got the, travel on the go, roll on, we've also got the small, then the big and everything. So it's just become such a big seller for me that we're hoping to get it in stores very soon.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then what about Coco's Cravables?
Coco's Cravables was created during the pandemic when I was sitting in the house trying not to turn into Precious. If I'm cooking all this food, I won't eat all this food. So because I had done my research with CBD and I knew the benefits of it, I literally was like, I wonder what would happen if I made edibles out of CBD. And my girlfriend, one of my girlfriends, Vita, was my guinea pig and made some brownies for her. And she was like, holy crap, girl, like, this is amazing. And next thing I know, I'm on Instagram Live talking about it and the orders started coming in. And next thing I know, Cravables was born, where there's CBD infused edibles that can come with or without THC. And I was doing everything: brownies, cupcakes, cookies, muffins, Thanksgiving. I don't know how many sweet potato pies I made, pound cakes. I got into making gummies. People wanted gummies. We're working now on the formula for the lollipops. So, it's just, for those people that need a little something to take the edge off, and especially during the pandemic, I think we all did, because it was to a point that I was cooking so much. I lost weight because I couldn't imagine eating. Yeah. cook I mean, I was a baking fool, and all I did was take my grandmother's recipes, because my grandmother's, I had two Southern grandmothers who taught me how to cook before I could look over the stove, honey. So I knew how to make all those different pies, and I made a pineapple upside down cake for Michael Carter. I made cheesecakes for people, and infusing it with CBD, So yeah, Coco's Cravables became a hit, and now on the road I just take the gummies, and the people love them because I've got the clean and I've got the dirty, So people like the variety.
Okay. And then what about Coco's Closet?
Now, Coco's Closet, yeah, it started out as Coco's Closet, where I was people would always compliment me on clothes that I had worn either on TV shows or red carpet or whatever. And I would have these pieces. And once you're photographed in them, you can't wear them anymore. So I'm like, what do I do with these great pieces? Some of them being custom. And then I thought, maybe I could sell them at a discounted kind of consignment rate and donate the money to Wigs of Love, which is my nonprofit, which helps women who are who are suffering from lupus and radiation, have lost hair due to lupus chemo radiation. Yeah. So that was going good. And then what I did when they came out with the app Poshmark, it was just easier for me to do because now you can go to Poshmark, you can buy it. And like I said, there are pieces on there. I've got red bottoms on there. I've got everything from red bottoms to, Fashion Nova to, custom made pieces. And these are pieces that I may have worn once or twice or never at all. I got sent a lot of stuff prior to the weight loss because I've lost some weight. They're too big for me. It's costing too much to alter them. So why not sell them? That jumpsuit right there, that's a Monif C custom made jumpsuit. That's sold. And that suit, for her to make is $1,200. I think I sold that suit for $80. So somebody got that suit, So, and once again, all the proceeds from that go to Wigs of Love. That's what funds the nonprofit so that we can continue to donate wigs and gift women with wigs and, things that they need that are suffering from lupus.
I was just going to ask you about that. So you answered my next question about Wigs for Love. That's perfect. That's perfect. Yeah. Now, speaking of the pandemic, and, I guess everybody would want to know, how did you pivot? Obviously, is this all the things you put in line that worked for you until things started to change? Because I know everybody was in shock for a minute because I didn't think, at the first I was like, it might last maybe a month or, so. And then we realized, we are really in this. This is real. And I was just wondering, how did you pivot with your career, with your business, with everything that you had going on? How did you make that change and adjustment? And now I know you've got a lot more going on since then.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I just decided to utilize social media. We were stuck in the house and that's all we had to communicate with one another. So that's how I got hip to the Zooms and the StreamYards, and really got into the Instagram lives, the Facebook lives, TikToks and all of that, because at that point, that was the only way I was going to reach my market.
Got it.
Reach my consumer. And, I had the businesses, except for Coco's Cravables, which was born during the pandemic, but I had other businesses. Plus I'm a stand-up comedian and people were hiring me to do Zoom comedy shows and host Zoom and virtual events. Virtual events became my bread and butter outside of my businesses, which kept me on my toes. So when everything opened back up, I wasn't rusty.
Got it.
Yep. That's what I did, and hosting virtual networking events and using.
Yes, absolutely. That's actually how we met, was on a virtual networking event with Rob B. Yes. Yep. And, it's amazing to know, he puts those on every week with different celebrities that come on. You've been with us the longest, thank God. And I mean, I don't see how you do it.
I realize that I'm the one that's been there the whole time.
Yes. And you take time, even if you're about to go on a show or you're in the car about to get in the Uber, we're like, oh my gosh, she really is like, hey guys, this is what I have going on. I just think that is amazing that you take the time to do that, because you could say, you know what, I'm about to do a show. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. But you take that time every time to get on, even if it's for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And then whenever you're at home, we really get the scoop.
Right. When I'm sitting here, it's on the crack.
Yes, yes. So thank you because I mean you are just so genuine, so genuine.
Thank you.
Yes. And I know that now with things opening up or even really it's been a while, I see you traveling and I saw a
Mhm.
post where sometimes when you're at the airport, you'll put on some Coltrane and you'll just start going through the walkway and pretend that you're in an official Spike Lee movie. Is that
Seriously.
you do that for real?
Seriously, I do. When I go like to certain airports, like Detroit, Chicago, any airport that has a moving walkway, I'm like, ooh.
Yes.
So I get my headphones and I put on some Coltrane and I get on the moving walkway and I just, I just
Okay.
zone out like I'm in a Spike Lee movie. It's so funny, but that's my thing. It's like this
Okay.
exciting thing for me.
Okay. You seem very genuine on Facebook, although you have some hilarious stuff that you post of other people on Instagram. But you seem very genuine. Like, I look at your post and like, it's your son in the bed sleep, or, you're talking about, hey, I got this comedy show coming up, or I saw where, you were talking to another fellow celebrity about something going on. How do you how is it like in the business? Because I know that you deal with a lot of different people, and respectfully said, I know everybody's not as genuine.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
what is the real deal with, in the business? Can you like,
You just have a little bit of everything. There's a little
okay,
bit of everything. I mean, there are people that I know that we are kindred spirits.
okay, okay.
And, when we get around each other, you know, that Hollywood stuff is cool and all, and we might be famous and on TV. But when we get together, like, for instance, like me, Sherry, and Kim Whitley, when
Yes,
we're
yes.
talking to Ken, we're just mamas. We are just single mamas trying to make sure our kids are good. We're hustlers. We share what's going on with each other. We talk to each other. We look out for each other. So, that's a sisterhood. What I'm
Yes.
saying? Because we're all single moms. We all have that in common.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then there's certain people that I'm Hollywood friends with.
Mm,
Where when we're around, it's like every hair must be in place. And so, what do you have going on, darling?
mm.
Oh my God, that's a one. Are you working with someone? Have you auditioned for some? Then you have those. And then you got your ones that are just like, oh Lord, okay, let me fix my face because they coming over here. Because they just fake as a $2 bill.
Mm.
I mean, so and that's just that's life. It's not
Yeah,
the
yeah,
industry.
yeah. Sounds like people.
Right. It's just the industry itself, that
Mhm.
you have different kinds of people who take this fame in different ways.
Mhm.
There are
Mhm.
certain people, like there are people who think I'm crazy when I go on Instagram live with no makeup on. They think it's insane that I should never let my fans see me not together. But I'm like, I'm a mama. And sometimes, honey, I ain't gonna have it all together. And if I feel compelled to share something at that moment, I'm not gonna care whether I have my lashes on.
Yes.
Um, I think if you would go through, through my Instagram, you're going to see me in every stage of fame and motherhood. Okay.
I
But,
agree.
you
Mhm.
know, um, but then there are others who love my transparency,
Yes.
who are just like, oh my God, how many people slide in my DM or are in my comments? Oh my God, you're me. I'm you. Oh, I can relate. Oh, you remind me so much of myself. So, I mean, and that makes me proud too, because it's like, I'd rather you be able to relate to me than, hold me up on this pedestal. So if I fall, now I've let you down.
Yes.
At this
Yes.
point, I'm human. You know I'm human. And I'd rather be human than some kind of fantasy and be walking around on eggshells thinking I'm gonna let you down.
Absolutely. I saw when you cut your hair,
Mm-hmm.
when you and I saw that and I thought that is so awesome. You actually looked lighter when you cut your hair. You still do. You look like you like released some weight or
Yes.
things that you needed to get rid of for years. When you cut your hair, I was like, this is beautiful. And you actually took us through that journey. I thought that was so awesome. I don't know
Yeah.
if you felt that way, if you
No, I
feel that way.
totally did. Totally did. I kept I kept saying, I always do kind of a meditation prayer, kind of like just me and God, especially when the new year's about to happen. And it's not about resolutions. It's
Hmm.
just I'm trying to listen to the ancestors and God and the spirits to tell me what is my journey, what is my path, what am I supposed to do and be better at or leave in this past year or whatever, I just go into this like little zone where I listen. And everything kept coming back to my hair. I don't know what it was. It kept coming back to release the hair, release the hair. And I said, was it stop wearing wigs? Is it whatever? But then it was like, I had all this hair under these wigs, but the hair was damaged. It was dead. It wasn't healthy. And I said, oh my God, I'm so adamant about having hair that I'm keeping this dead hair on my head. And it's a weight. It's not, every part of you feeds you. And I'm like, I got all this dead hair. So it was very spiritual for me when I chopped off my hair. And you're right. I felt so free. I felt like I had taken, like stuff just released from me. And when they say sometimes when you lose weight, it ain't got nothing to do with that scale.
That's right. That's right.
Oh yeah. And it's like, and I just feel so free right now. And I get people ask me like, girl, when you gonna start wearing them wigs again? I said, oh, I got some beautiful units upstairs, honey, and they'll get worn when I get casted in something. But right now, honey, I'm loving all it. I'm loving this. Okay.
You look beautiful. You really do.
Thank you. It's just freeing, and I feel like a grown woman. I feel like I'm evolving into, Farrah. This is getting Farrah back. This is part of the journey.
Awesome. Someone came across the screen and said, that's a word, meaning like everything you said, that's a word. I'm like, it is. It really is. My podcast producer, I actually interviewed her this year. And one of the things that she talked about was she loves to swim. And she started back on this track of swimming every morning at like 5 or 6 in the morning. And she said, I don't know what it is about the water. She has a connection to the water, but when she gets in that pool and gets going with those laps, it's like she just feels a connection. And I thought about that when you were saying, what you said. And I'm like, I think everybody has to have something to connect to. And I'm not saying that, that it's the same for every person, but I relate to her when she said that, because she said, I love the water. It's something about the water for me.
Water is very healing. Water is because I don't know what it is. I can't say that for the pool, but I have to go to a beach. If I don't go, last year, not being able to go to a beach and be in that water was, it was hard. Because, I mean, for me, that salt water, I had the opportunity to go to the Seychelles and swim in the Indian Ocean, which has healing powers, they say, because it has the highest salt content of any ocean on the earth. And it was like purifying, being in that ocean, that water. And it's like whenever I go to the beach, that's what I'm doing. I'm in that water. My friend always laughs at me. And he's like, you're just trying to get them spirits, them dudes you don't like no more off of you. I said, yeah. Sure am. Yup. So yeah, I get it when your producer says that, the water is very healing. And, and I think my son has that same feeling, because when we go to the beaches, he just loves just being in the water, and I'll catch him just like in the, water, just, just taking it all in. And then, we always say when we get out there and it's like quiet, we talk to God. So, he's like, Mommy, you got to go talk to God. I was like, yep, you coming with me? He goes, yeah, I'm going to talk to God too. And we just get in the water and we just let the waves hit us and we talk to God.
I think that's something that we need to do more, period, is talk to God. I had to reset over the pandemic and say, okay. And, it wasn't just about business. It was about personal. And, somebody said, well, I think God has tried saying that. I don't claim to say what God is telling anybody, but I will say this: He definitely has my attention.
No, I believe God gave us a reset button with this pandemic. I really do. I think He was saying, beyond a shadow of a doubt, sit your tails down. And what you did with that time is between you and your God. But I believe in my heart, you shut the whole world down.
Yes.
Like, you can say man-made and all of that, but sometimes it's a little bit deeper than that. And I feel like, gosh, but, we coming out of it and you're really starting to see the craziness of people and the craziness of things that's going on. But if anything, I hope it helped a lot of people become more compassionate.
Yes.
We see so much non-compassion.
Yes, that's a good way to put it.
Lack of empathy for fellow men. So I hope that some people got a change in that, because you were able to see the frailty of human life. You know what I'm saying? And anywhere. But yeah, some people didn't wake up, and it's okay. He'll give them another reset button, but you know.
Yeah, I definitely have had to reset. I feel better about it. At first, I think everybody was in shock about the pandemic and, because it was like, we are really in this. But over time, it was like, you said, everybody, if they chose to listen, God said some things, and it was for you to pay attention or not. And I'm definitely paid attention. And I said, you have my attention. You might not have had it before, but you have it now. And thank you for the reset button.
Exactly.
I needed that.
Yep.
I needed that.
Yeah, I needed it. I needed it more emotionally and spiritually more than anything. Physically, I worked my tail off during the pandemic. I mean, when people were resting, collecting them checks, honey, I was hustling on 3,000. So, but I think spiritually and emotionally, it was a reset for me, because I know I came out of it with a different mindset and a different feeling in my spirit,
And I believe that I'm speaking just for you. I believe that that's why you've been able to move as you have been now coming out of it, because you have a lot going on. I mean, it's like everything is in high gear.
0 to 800, it really
Yes.
No warning. Like, it was like, oh, wait, whoa, shoot. I mean, I literally had to hire a nanny and an assistant like so fast, because everything just went from 0 to 800.
Yes. And, you said about, God shut the whole world down. We used to sing this song. The kids still sing it, that God has the whole world in his hands. And you say it, but you don't really see it. But we saw he has the whole world in his hands, because he shut everything down. As you said, everything.
World. He was like,
oh,
that was it, Yeah, so we had to sit down and see each other for who we truly were.
Oh yeah, without the buildings. Yes, everybody. I mean, even the churches, because there was no building to go to. Well, it was a building, but you couldn't go in it. Exactly. So we were stripped of the building, for the most part. And all of the singing and all that. It was like, okay, we got to get on this Zoom or catch it on television and really listen to the word.
Zoom just ain't the same, honey.
Yeah. It's not.
It ain't gonna sound right.
It's not the same. I don't care how you try to slice it. Church is not the same on Zoom. It's not.
Unfortunately not. And I was church Zooming, honey. I was church hopping my tail off. I think I went to everybody's church during the pandemic.
Yeah. Why not? You could.
For real, I was going to everybody's church. You name somebody that's a pastor, I was at their church at some point via Zoom.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And, I still think that we are in a transition phase, and I'm just waiting to see if the world is going to get better, because as you said, it's a lot that's still going on. And,
it's scary because, I hate to sound so, Negro spiritual, but all I can keep hearing is my grandmother's words. We in the last days, baby. I hope you got your soul right. Because my grandma used to be in that chair shucking them peas, honey, shucking them butter beans, and say, baby, we in the last days. I hope you got that soul right, honey. You make sure you good in health. Good in health. She's I'm like, I'm 13, 14, like, grandma, everybody dying tomorrow, But it's like, I hear that so much now. And I know that sounds so cliche, but it's stuff happening in this world that are just absurd.
Yes.
Like, when you're like, huh, what? Like, what human being? Like, it's some sick folk out here. It's some, and I'm just not saying that in an insulting way. I'm saying that in a compassionate way. Like, there's some really broken folk out here that can be fixed, and we're dealing with it. And like, it's so much. I had to stop watching the news so much because it was affecting me. I'm an empath, which means that I can be around you and you not say a word, but I can feel your energy if you're hurting, if you're scared, I can. So me watching stuff like that and taking it in, it was affecting me so much. And I said, I have to take a break from that because it's so much going on and it's just absurd right now. And it's like, all people care about is how many followers they got on social media. Like,
yes.
can I
Yes.
go viral? You up here to think that the reason we were able to convict that man for killing George Floyd is because somebody wanted to go viral.
Mm.
And as much as I hate it, thank God,
Thank God.
was like, press record. But that's the state we're in now. If it can't benefit me, I'm not going to stick myself out there.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the world we live in now. And, you know, when you actually care about people, you know, they look at you like, what they doing for you? Why do they have to do something for me? Can I just care about my fellow man? You know? So yeah, it's a lot right now taking in. You're just seeing, you know, it's way more narcissist in this world than we like to admit.
It is. It is. And some of them are in or have been in leadership positions. So
that's a whole other conversation.
I know. I want to acknowledge Latriva said spiritual warfare is real.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. Lack of trust and compassion. She just chimed in again.
Yes.
Yeah. Charmaine Santos had chimed in again. I just want to, acknowledge those that, come across the screen. So thank you guys. It's different, but I am thankful that I'm on the right side.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean I'm perfect. Exactly. I would never say that. But, it definitely has been a reset. People all think someone wants something.
Absolutely. Yeah. Especially in this age. I mean, when you just do something nice for someone, I've literally been said, like, okay, what am I owe you for this?
Well,
I just wanted to make sure you and your kids had some food in the house.
I'm going to need you to remember that when I sent you that box and you sent me that text and said, what is this? Yes, it was all for you. It was all for you. There
she
was
sent
nothing.
me a trough. It was this. I can't even show it. I'm screaming it. She sent me a trough of sanitary napkins, which I love because I'll have enough sanitary napkins till I go into menopause, honey. But I did when I got it. I thought you were sending it to me to donate, or something, because I do a lot of work with Hope's House.
No, I'm sending you some though. I have a box ready
down there to the young ladies in the shelter. And you're like, they for you. And I'm like, oh, for real? So, yes. I'm always thinking of how I can bless others.
And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that.
Me sometimes about that. She goes, can you just keep a blessing to yourself for once? I'm like, I'm sorry. Because she's overheard me, throwing somebody a gig or giving somebody a connect or whatever. And she's like, would it kill you to keep a blessing to yourself? And I said, it's just natural to me. So I mean, like I said, when I opened the box up, I just immediately thought, oh, she must have sent me this to donate.
No, but the box for you to donate will be in the mail by Saturday.
Okay, good. Because I got to go to Hope's House. I'm taking them a bunch of clothes and purses. Hope's House is for domestic violence survivors and their children. It's like a transitional house for women who've gotten out of those situations. And a lot of times they've left with nothing but the clothes on their back. So I go down there and, take them clothes and purses and shoes and stuff, to get these women back on their feet, to get them back out there,
Absolutely. And I think feminine care is the perfect thing to give them, because if they are just getting out of something and trying to leave with the clothes on their back, they're not thinking about feminine care.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back with Ms. Coco Brown.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, comedian actress Coco Brown. And I got to give a huge shout out to my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie, because she put me on. To the Jewel sanitary napkin. These babies are amazing. Not only are they good to me, they're good for me. Not only do they help with absorption, moisture control, and protection, because yes, sometimes I like to wear white, but these babies also have a great ingredient called graphene that helps with cramps. Huh? Are you kidding me? So you're telling me that I'm protected and I can control my moods a little bit? I love it. So please make sure you hit up my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie. They have a variety of sizes for every kind of flow, whether it's heavy, light, overnight, she got you. So make sure you hit up my girl, Dr. Stepheny Finnie, and get you some Jewel sanitary napkins today. I strongly endorse these, honey, especially if you're like me. You need all the help you can get for that time of the month. All right?
Welcome back to The Recipe with mom, business owner, author, writer, producer, actress, and comedian, Miss Coco Brown.
Hey.
Did you see your clip?
I loved it. I was laughing because I said, "Ooh, that's when I had brown hair. Maybe I should dye my back there." Look, my butt all looking at the hair like I should dye my hair back that color. Like, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm sorry. Baby, I can't talk right now. What's up? Yes, you may, my love. You're so welcome, honey. Okay. Mama duties never stop.
Never stops. That's awesome. That is awesome. Okay, so I'm sure that, some people want to go into movies and delve a little bit into that. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but I still have some questions, just some general questions. So what was it like to work with those that were connected to the Single Moms Club?
Oh, that was great. I mean, first of all, I got to give shout out to, the great Tyler Perry. This man is such a trailblazer, innovator, been working, under him for 6 years. If I didn't learn anything, honey, is that, create your own, do you, impeccable work ethic in the process. And, working with him was amazing. I had just had my son. When he first approached me about Single Moms Club, I was shooting the second season of For Better or Worse. I was 8 months pregnant with my son, who's about to turn 9.
Okay.
And he literally came up to me one day on set and said, "Coco, how long gonna take you to heal after you had that baby?" And I said, "What?" I said, "This is my first kid. I don't know, I said, 8 weeks. He said, "Okay." Literally, when my son was about 6 months old, I get a call from my agent saying, apparently there's been this movie written for you by Tyler Perry called Single Moms Club, and what's up? I'm like, what? So it was great. So I was just, given this role. It was amazing working with Nia Long, who I admired forever, Amy Smart, Wendy McClendon-Covey, meeting Zulai Hineo. I mean, come on, Terry Crews. I mean, we had so much fun shooting that movie.
It looked like that. It looked like you had a lot of fun.
We did. That whole scene with me and Terry by the truck, that was all improv.
Really?
We just cut up. Tyler said, "Just go." And we was like, "All right." And mind you, it was like 22 degrees outside. That's why Terry's nose was running. And I'm like, don't be kissing me like that. It was so much fun. It was so much fun.
I love Wendy McClendon-Covey. She is hilarious and blended. And
there were scenes in the movie that we were improv because he knew that we were both, comics in terms of that comedic.
Okay.
So like there were scenes that, in the movie between me and her that were improv as well.
Okay.
That's what I love about TP. TP doesn't miss an opportunity to let people be creative and bring their best to the project. I give him props for that. Some people want you to stick so straight to the script no matter what, where TP will be like, why don't y'all show me what y'all got? Okay. So.
Okay. I was looking through your profile and I thought I saw this. Were you in an episode of The Young and the Restless back in 2004?
I was woman number 4. That's when I was very young. And I had just moved to LA. That was one of my first roles that I had gotten moving to LA. One of my first roles where you didn't get a name yet. You got woman number 4, waitress number 3.
Got it. Well, I just thought that was interesting because I never knew. And I had to go back and, look at the episode and I didn't get through it yet. And I said, I got to go back and watch it because I have a lot of people that love soap operas still to this day. I'm not a soap opera fan, but I used to love. Yeah, absolutely.
My grandmother's favorite show was Young and the Restless,
Okay, yep.
I remember being a little girl and she be in the kitchen cooking. "Baby, tell me what Victor Newman doing." Okay, my grandma, he didn't, that's how I grew up, Then my mom is still her favorite show. To this day, my mother watches her stories. So to end up getting my first role in LA and it be my grandma and my mom's favorite soap opera, that was like, priceless.
Okay. Awesome. So what about being involved with Cedric the Entertainer and Tashina Arnold on The Neighborhood? And you were also in Soul Man with him. So how was that experience?
I have so much love for Cedric the Entertainer. It's like that man's character is just insurmountable. And I say that because one of the very first big comedy tours I ever went on was with Cedric Entertainer when he was doing Cedric Entertainer Presents, where he was hosting a show where he took 4 to 5 new comedians out to give them a platform to debut them to the world. which was
Okay.
totally awesome. Like nobody was doing that. You know what I'm saying? It was all about them. So to take his platform and take comics that he thought were funny and give them a platform in front of his audience was awesome. And I remember, him telling me that, you just have such a natural acting ability. And when I get something, I'm gonna put you in it. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. And then he got Soul Man. And who got a call? And then when he got Neighborhood, who got a call? So the fact that this man has kept his word and has somehow put me, and not just I'm walking by, like I've got a role, that people remember. Like on Soul Man, everybody remembered Marshawn. You know what I'm saying? Now, on Neighborhood, everybody know the Pink Ladies, so I love him for keeping his word, and being such a man of character and integrity like that, but also giving me roles that actually stand out and mean something. You know what I'm saying? People could definitely put you in the background, but he, made sure that I had roles that people remembered that were, memorable and, iconic. So I'm happy for that.
Sure.
But Tashina too. I haven't had any scenes with Tashina.
I was just going to ask you that. That was, Tashina.
Right, I haven't had it, but on set, she's cool as all outdoors.
Okay. Because every time I think of her in Martin Lawrence and Tisha Campbell, Martin. Yep. And I love seeing her on the Neighborhood. Pam. Yes, Pam. Yeah, Pam. And I love seeing them on the Neighborhood because that's a family show. Like I can sit down with my kids and watch. And, just being honest, there was a time per the previous administration that I couldn't let my children sit in front of the TV because the person that was in charge might say a curse word or something, and I didn't want to have to deal with that. So it's nice to be able to have these family shows where I can sit my kids in front of the TV and we can watch things as a family. So the Neighborhood is one of those shows where everybody can sit and watch and enjoy. Yes.
Yep.
Great show.
Yeah.
Now, what is it like balancing, being a mother and a comedian and an actress? I can't imagine with all the hats that you juggle.
To be honest with you, Dr. Finnie, I can't think about it because if I do, I will lose my natural born mind. I just have to, seriously, because every time I begin to think about all that I've got going on, it becomes so overwhelming. I feel like one of those cartoons where the head explodes. So it's like, I can't. So I just stay focused on the prize and do what I got to do. When I need to rest, I try my best to rest. When I hustle, I hustle. When it's mommy time, I shut the world off. It's all about him. I just, I can't focus on it too much because if I do, I'll be like, I'll go crazy, but I'm grateful for my village. I've just had a great village throughout this journey, especially, being married and then becoming a single mom, a divorced mom, whatever, I just, throughout each chapter, I've had a great village that has just always been put in place. That's why I know there's a God, because every chapter that I've embarked in, there's always been people in place that had my back, so that's what I'm grateful for.
Okay. What's the one thing you wish you had known before you began your career?
That until you get the right person to embrace you, there is a cap on your level. I just went into this business so wide-eyed and bushy-tailed that if you did the work and you got standing ovations and you were funny and you were professional and easy to work with and built your credits and, did the work and, you'd make it. You can do all of that, but until the right person with the right amount of power knights you, don't get me wrong, I tell people, and it's the name of my book and my 1 hour special, I'm famous enough.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Because at this point, I know to get to that, it's going to take somebody of some major power and pull to say, okay, we're going to take Coca Brown now. But until that happens, I'm going to work and I'm going to be successful. I'm going to provide for my kid, but you'll never get that, which I'm kind of grateful for. Because I can still go to the grocery store with my kid.
Yes.
And I've got some friends that I came up in the game with who are now mega stars and they cannot go to the store. They cannot. So, so that's why, I'm famous enough.
You sound like a little bit like, what's her name, the one that played in with Lucius Lyons, Empire.
Cookie, you're talking about Taraji P. Henson.
Taraji P. She mentioned that before she got that role, you know, people said, "Oh, you know, oh, you played in this movie with Brad Pitt, you know, Benjamin Button. You played in that. Oh, you made it." And she just was like, "Yeah, right." You know, and she's like, I'm glad I didn't believe the hype."
No,
when she came, but when she came into that role, when she came into the role of Cookie, that's what changed.
That's what took her over the thing, and that's why I know that I haven't gotten that role yet. And who knows? I may never get that role. You know, I still may be able to still go to the grocery store in 10 years or 20 years. I don't know. And it may change because it takes one role to do that. You know, but I hear that too. Like, oh, girl, you on 911 with Angela Bassett. You done made it. Okay. Oh, girl, you did Single Mom Club with Tyler Perry. You done made it. Okay. You know, they don't, you know, people from the outside can, and sometimes you do have to drink your own Kool-Aid and look at yourself through the eyes of the people looking in, because you got to hype yourself up. Because if you really let it get into your head that you're doing all this work and you're putting in all this work, making all this sacrifice, and it's like you're just on this treadmill, like, okay, I can't elevate, it will drive you crazy. So sometimes you have to step back and look at yourself through the eyes of a fan and say, okay, I'm good. I'm famous enough. You know?
Amen. I'm famous enough. I can't wait for the book to come out.
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, it was a labor of love, honey, but the purge was real. It was great.
I've heard that in writing a book, especially about yourself. I've heard it can be a mental purge.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I tell people all the time, there are people in my life that I don't talk to anymore that I've known my whole life because they don't know who I am now. And when I talk to them, they keep trying to pull me back to where I was. And I'm like, hey, that's not who I am anymore. Sorry.
No, leave it in the past. That's the only thing, you know.
You know, I love you to death, but to stay away from me though.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
Well, do you have any projects on the horizon?
Right now, we just completed season 4 of 911. My episode will actually, my few episodes are going to be airing back to back starting this Monday. You'll be able to see Carla Price back. So 911, make sure you check out this Monday and next Monday. Also, Never Have I Ever on Netflix. Season 2 is coming very soon. And you guys can check me out in the new 50 Cent executive produced show, Black Mafia Family. It's going to be debuting on Stars in the summer. And a couple of movies I've done. I don't have release dates yet. But yeah, so in the meantime, I'm touring all over doing stand-up. You can go to my website, CocoBrown4life.com, and check out where I'm going to be. And on June 17th, during the Tribeca Film Festival, I will be shooting my 1-hour Netflix special, I'm Famous Enough, at the Spring Theater in Manhattan.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay. Are there any other areas where listeners can connect with you online? Or I know you gave your website and some other areas.
Absolutely. If they go to my website, every link to every social media platform I'm on is there. There are also links to Coco's Cravables and the Coco Brown collection, as well as From Stage to Screen, which is my acting workshops and personal coaching that I do. Everything Coco Brown is on CocoBrown4life.com. So that's COCOA Brown 4life.com.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Coco Brown, mom, business owner, actress, writer, comedian, for taking time out of your busy schedule to connect on the recipe.
Thank you, Dr. Finnie, girl. You keep me pleasant during that time of the month.
I'm glad I do. I can say the same about myself, and my husband is much appreciative that I'm pleasant.
Exactly.
All right, everybody. Before I go, if you're on Instagram, please connect to my IG live at 9 p.m. as I top off the night with the final serving of health and wellness in the area of feminine health care. And for any men out there listening, please do not shy away from this topic, because if you have important women in your life, you also need to know about this information. Well, that's it for me. Again, I hope you enjoyed this segment of The Recipe with Coco Brown. And now I'm going to allow singer, songwriter, television personality, and founding member of Sisters with Voices, Lily from SWV, to provide her endorsement of RAIN, previously known as Jewel Feminine Care. See you next time on The Recipe as I bring you all of the ingredients for living your best life. Thanks so much.
And the packaging, it says Jewel on it. And she sent me so many different, it's for moderate flow, heavy flow. Hold on. And this was my favorite.
That is my favorite. That is my favorite.
I can always appreciate an overnight, but what I was really impressed by was the length, how long it was.
And how it's not as thick.
If you guys still get those monthly friends, sometimes that thing could just be out of control and never do what you asked it to do. It'd be all over the place. But honestly, I had absolutely no problems at all. And I just want to say thank you, and I appreciate this product so good, because a lot of people, they want to send you stuff, and it's like, okay, you want to believe in everybody, but everybody's product is not a good product, especially something when it comes to feminine hygiene and sanitary this and you got to be very careful, because sometimes, whatever the stuff is made with, it don't always agree with your body chemistry. But I had absolutely no problems, and I wouldn't even say this if I didn't mean it. I gave the girls in my podcast, they use it. My podcast member, she don't even use sanitary napkins. She's like a tampon girl. Mm-hmm. But she really appreciated this, and I thought, I have to tell you this. I couldn't wait to get on here to tell you this. So for everybody that's on here that's still going through them, getting those monthly visits of this, please support Dr. Finnie's business. I tried it myself, and I loved it.
Wow.
Thank you.